गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. In the second verse, Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitramidamuttamam Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitramidamuttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartumavyayam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartumavyayam. Together. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitramidamuttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartumavyayam. This knowledge, the knowledge, Jnana, Jnana, a correct pronunciation is Jnana. This knowledge with realization, which is Vijnana, this is the supreme science, and it is mysterious. And is very, it is pavitram, it is very, very holy, and idam uttamam, and this idam uttamam is the most excellent. There is nothing else better, greater than that. And pratyakshau avagamam dharmyam. So pratyaksha, it can be directly experienced. It is not an imagination. You can experience God. You can experience Ishvara. You can experience the totality. And or in other words, it can be directly realizable. And what is that which is directly realizable? That which is with qualities, that which is with attributes is directly realizable. And dharmyam susukham kartum avyayam, and it is susukham kartum and this directly realizable is very easy to practice. Susukham kartum. Don't sweat. When you go to go to jog, like my mum, if she goes for exercise, even at home, if she goes for a walk, she should not sweat. Then she has done exercise. Our job, our attention is, if we have sweated, we have done a workout. She will do only so much that she doesn't sweat. So here he is also saying, she must be following this. Don't sweat. Don't put extraordinary efforts, because they will have. Who's putting efforts? Karta. The ego is putting efforts. The doer is putting efforts. If doer is putting efforts, he has to bloody face the consequences of that. If you want to put efforts, you put efforts in trying to think, trying to contemplate how this whole creation is divine. Where am I going wrong in my approach? Think about that. It's very easy to practice and is imperishable. This divinity, whether you accept it or not, whether the world accepts it or not, whether the individuals accept it or not, they are all essentially divine. Whether a wave, who is only attentive of her beginning and end, her form, whether it accepts or not, it is infinite waters. You can see it. Correct? You can see a limited ornament, but you know it is the infinite gold. You see a limited pot, you know it is infinite mud. Then why it is so difficult when you look at yourself or anyone else that the infinity is the material behind it. The Lord Himself appeared as the efficient cause and the material cause. The material that has gone into this creation is divinity. And the creator of the one who is using that material and making different forms is also divinity. So divinity playing with divinity, all the forms have come about. Water playing with water, the waves have come about. Think. Now where is your position? Is there individuality then? That's why it's so simple, yet it is so, the individual makes it so difficult. Therefore, Rajaguhya. Therefore, it is a secret. One must have faith in order to realize this. Raja Vidya, this knowledge is each word here it is taking that the Lord is saying Raja Vidya. What do you mean by Vidya? You understand knowledge. Raja means important or Raja, ultimate knowledge. So after having known the nature of this of mine, there is nothing else to be known. There is nothing else to pursue. There is nothing else to realize. That is what everyone is seeking. Knowingly or unknowingly, whether you interact with the world, you want to get, you came to England for what? To be miserable or to be happy? To be happy. You want a job. You took a job to be miserable, no, to be happy. You eat food to be miserable, no, to be happy. You get married to be miserable, no, to be happy. You go to sleep to be miserable or to be happy? To be happy. So everything that you are doing in your life is only to be happy. But you are not recognizing. Those are temporary ones. They come and go with every data. You have got no control over it. But if you recognize that I am of the nature of happiness, or that is our Vedanta way, or you can see that this whole world is the Ishvara alone, is the Lord alone, and He is of the nature of Satchidanand, and He alone is manifesting as everything, then I don't have to achieve anything, I don't have to not achieve anything, I don't have to run towards anything, I don't have to run away from anything. Then wherever I am, the Lord is there, and Lord is always complete. If Lord is expressing through me, then I am at the right place, at the right time, with the right people, with the right experiences, at this very moment. Nothing more to add, nothing to subtract. I am complete. So in this way, having this disposition, the student or the seeker or the devotee, he has nothing more to be known, because he sees there the all-pervasiveness of the Lord. And this way, so here in the 9th chapter, the attention is being brought again and again to that divine principle who is with attributes. Here nowhere in this chapter the Lord with form is being talked about. That Lord with form will come in the 11th chapter. There He will show. But that also with the divine eye, not otherwise. So right now it is just taken as the divinity. So here He says that with attributes and form and whether the Lord is manifest or He is unmanifest, everything is nothing but that divinity. Whether there is a manifest wave or an unmanifest, everything is nothing but waters. Whether there is an ornament or no ornament, gold continues to be gold. Whether you are waking or dreaming, manifest, or you are sleeping, unmanifest. You are unaware of yourself, you are unaware of the world, you are unaware of the body, you are unaware of your breath, you are unaware of your thoughts, unmanifest. But consciousness is still there. That is the divinity. So latch on to the continuous principle rather than latching on to that which comes and goes. Ego wants to latch on to that which comes and goes. That is its problem. Why it is its problem? Because it does not exist. It wants to continue existing. It thinks by latching more and more data, more and more things, more and more thoughts, it will become happier. It will become complete. But that is not the case. It can never become complete by, imagine for one moment, you are expressing through this body. Huh? Is there any place in this body that you are not? Is there any place in this body that you are not? Do you need to keep saying, I am in my right hand also, I am in my left hand also, I am in my head also, I am in my eyes also? Do you have to repeat any time in the day? Now, expand. Then, if Lord is everywhere, why you have to say Lord is in the world also, Lord is in the other world also, Lord is in the gods also, Lord is in the asuras also, Lord is in the inert also, Lord is in the sentient beings also? Why you have to say that? Because that's the data that is that with the ego is interacting with. Just accept. Just like you have accepted yourself to be pervading the body, like that, I cannot say that the self is pervading the whole world. Then what is pervading the whole world? The divinity. That divinity is the all-encompassing, all-pervading reality, which is the material as well as the efficient cause. He is the efficient. How does he appear as the material which the world is made up of? Through his potentiality, through his Shakti, through his energy. She expresses as all the forms. And he is the creator. Without him, the Shakti also has got no validity. She cannot exist by himself. She cannot, the energy, the matter or the Prakriti or the Shakti, she cannot exist without the Ishvara, without the divinity, without the Ishvara. But Ishvara can exist without her. When she is not there, what is Ishvara called? Huh? What is he called when she is completely merged into him, she is not expressing anymore? Correct. Then he is the Paramatma, Parabrahma Paramatma. The moment he becomes aware of his potentiality, he is called as Ishvara. And then the moment he becomes aware of his Shakti, at that very moment, if I give attention to him or to anyone here, I keep looking at them again and again, and I am not looking at anyone else, and I am looking into your eyes, then sir, maybe I am not purposely not looking at your eyes, I am looking at your ear or hair. Suddenly your hand will go where I am looking, and then your hand will go, why is he looking at my ear? Something wrong with that ear? Huh? See, wherever the attention goes, you become self-aware, no? So when Ishvara looks at his, becomes aware of his potentiality, means he is giving attention to his potentiality. Immediately the nature of potentiality is manifestation and unmanifestation. And she starts the game. Same thing is happening at your level. Manifestation, waking and dream, unmanifestation, deep sleep. Yesterday and day before in the Maya Panchakam, we explained to you that the Prakriti or Maya at the totality level, that is Ishvara's Maya, Ishvara's Prakriti is individual's mind. That Maya at the totality level, at individual level is called the mind. Right now we are slave of mind. Ishvara is unaffected, uninfluenced by the Shakti. The day we come to a point where we see the mind and its game as a game, Story over. Then there is no difference between you and Ishvara. Bring yourself to that disposition. When that, as you start accepting this, with that will come the transformation of your vision of the world also. But have faith. And who will bring you this vision? Is it, if you say, I am doing it, it will, again the ego is there. So this ego has to be surrendered at the feet of Narayana, of the Ishvara principle. And in this way, Rajaguhyam, and this is a sovereign secret, because in this world there is nothing more secret than this. Just like an actor acting on a stage reveals his true identity, puts on the garb, plays the role, and after that, when the role is over, he goes back. Nowadays, though, ladies also are doing the acting. Goes, wears a sari, and comes back as Sita on the stage. Few minutes ago, he was Hanuman, but goes behind, changes the clothes quickly because there was some bhajan going on. The Sita did not come for the role. Someone had to be found immediately. वो makeup change हो गया, wig डाल लिया, साड़ी पहन के, मेरे प्राण प्रिय, और पहले सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. People don't know. The roles are being played. So here, just like the actor conceals his original identity and plays a role on the stage similarly this world is the stage and the Lord reveals his identity when your attention is on the world, when your attention is on the Lord, when your attention is on the divinity. You will still see the the play going on, but you will not be affected by the play. And what is the affected? How do you get affected by the play? You get emotional, you create concepts, you become attached. देखो, फिर रोना धोना शुरू. I can sleep only in my bed. I need my pillow. I cannot sleep anywhere else. Attachment to a pillow. Tulsidas ji was attached to his wife. You know the story. He got attached to his wife because first only one marriage, and his children also got children. When he was a child, his parents had passed away, so no lady was there in his life throughout his teenage and growing up years. And when that lady came, his grandparents got him married, and mind lost everything. No Vedic chanting, no taking class. Now only thinking, darling, 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 darling. He will go to take the class, but run to the home to be in her arms. Before, he used to be running to the ashram to take the scriptural class. Now he is running to house to be in the arms of his wife. But once, that story, you know the story, you all. So once he crosses the river, which was in Gangaji, which was in floods, and goes to his wife's house, she had gone to her father without telling him that I am going to my parents. He comes back and he doesn't find her. Oh my God, what will happen? No, I need her company today. And ran towards the river, jumped into the river, caught the carcass, crossed the river somehow, reached, knocked on the door, nobody opened, climbed a tree, jumped into the balcony, and like Tarzan, Yahoo! Here I am, darling. And she was disgusted with the whole thing. And she said, if you had shown this commitment to the Lord, this devotion to the Lord, this attachment to the Lord Ram, he would have revealed you. He became Tulsidas. Same way, Adi Shankaracharya, at a young age, he wanted to deep, great renunciation within him, wanted to be in the presence of a teacher. It only then only it happens, the transformation happens. But we are caught up in everything in this world. You want to transform your vision, you want to see everything as the Lord. See? Then you have to think differently. If your rules of engagement with the world, if they remain the same as they are right now, you will keep having the same experience. It's not going to change. But if you change your rule of engagement with the world, meaning this whole world is the expression of the divine. What it is, I don't understand, but it is divine. You keep thinking of the Lord. It is divine. Everything is divine. I have to interact with everything as it is, that it is divine. Slowly, the right knowledge will start. The experiences will start coming. She said 40 days, 40 days. Do it for 40 days. So, we can only try, but you have to try it not with sweating. You have to do, here the word used was susukham kartum, susukham kartum. Joyfully engage with it. Because as abhi our ego has not dissolved yet. So, whatever efforts you are putting, see, I am also putting efforts in speaking. I have been putting efforts in speaking for last 27-30 years now. I think since 1998. Since then. Have we got tired? No. Do you get tired of cooking? Do you get tired of sweeping? Do you get tired of washing? Do you get tired of putting the clothes out on the line? Do you get tired of ironing? Do you get tired of telling the same thing to your kids again and again? Someone told me, what? For 5 years I am telling this fellow to get up and they don't listen. We get tired. Here it is said, susukham kartum. Joyfully keep doing everything. Joyfully engage in thinking that everything is divine. Joyfully. Without any expectation that this will happen now or that will happen now. No, just whatever is coming in front of you, engage with it. This is the Lord. Lord has presented it. Lord, it is Lord. And please reveal yourself to me. It's a revelation. You cannot work it out. We can give you n number of examples, but that example is not equal to direct experience, isn't it? It's not experience. It gives you conviction. Makes you doubt free. But somewhere, something is still, some click is not happening. Because we have not completely got intoxicated with that idea that Lord is everything. So, Rajaguhyam, and therefore Pavitramidam, and this science here, the reason we are saying, taking all these words in this verse is because it is ascertaining on our minds again and again that He is the holiest of the holy. He is the purest of the pure. He is the secret of the most secret. So that it becomes important for us. How much importance you give to earning money? Correct? You want to survive. If one day you realize that I am going to die, then you will want to survive. I don't want to die. At that time, what do I do? Narayan, Ajamil. Ajamil story, remember? Remember Ajamil's story? He was a Pandit. You know it or don't know? Some of you know, but in short, he was a Pandit who used to go from one village to the other to teach. And on the way, he fell in love with a tribal girl. And he had 9 kids. The last kid And because he got married to a Shudra girl, the society threw him out of the village. So he was living on the outskirts of the jungle, only subsisting on the roots, shoots, and somehow they are surviving. But because he is in love with that, 1, 2, 3, 9 children. Ninth one, by mistake, he names him Narayana. Some sanskar was there. So he named him Narayana, and one day when he was on the deathbed, he was thinking, and he was very attached to the young one. Majority of the time with the young one only. Bade wale to gaye kaam se. So he was attached, and while he was not calling Narayana, he was calling his son, because all his investment was in that small, emotional investment was in that young boy. And while breathing the last, he called Narayana, Narayana, and gone. Narayana must have come, but he's gone. And immediately Narayan Bhagavan sent his dutas, Vishnu dutas. They go, this fellow is calling. When they go there, they find Yamudutas also there. They said, oh, he has to go to hell. Why? Because he, being an educated fellow, Brahmin, he lived a life of a Shudra. He did not respect the scriptures. So, everything. So they said no, he chanted the name Narayana. So we were taking him to Vaikuntha. And this tussle went on, and then Vishnu Dutas told the Yamadutas, listen, we are not going anywhere, and we are not going to allow you to take his soul. So what to do? You go and ask Yamraj that this is the situation, what is to be done? So Yamadutas leave some force behind, and others go and they ask Yamraj. Yamraj said, what? He took name of Narayana. Immediately he said, leave him, let them take him. That is out of my jurisdiction. That is out of my jurisdiction. This is not told just as a story, it is to impress. What we are telling here, this verse is to impress on our mind the importance of remembering the Lord again and again and again, to make the attempt to see His presence in and through everything and everyone again and again and again, and not live in your default processes. Pavitramidam. Pavitramidam, He is the holier than the holy, and that secures that which is holy, brings about great peace. And in this way, Uttamam is that he is the most excellent, and because he is most excellent, whoever thinks about that excellent one, he makes the devotee also excellent. If I keep thinking about a robber, if I keep thinking about a thief, what is that? How to deftly take money out of someone else's pocket. I keep thinking about and he is my guru. I will have that ability. He will teach me that ability. Just like Eklavya, even the teacher stopped teaching him, he went and made a statue of Guru Dronacharya, and from Guru Dronacharya's statue, he became a better archer than Arjuna. Similarly, if I keep thinking only of this thought, I have to be a good pickpocketer, I will become that. If I keep thinking I have to be a good engineer, if I keep working towards it, thinking about it, I will be a good engineer. Similarly, if my mind is, I want to merge into the divine, then that will happen. Then the Lord will help. Whatever His qualities, whatever His attributes, they will start expressing through you. So here, whenever we think of that which is the bestest, the most excellent, and that most excellent has to be Satchidanand Swarup, automatically those noble values, those attributes of that Lord, they start expressing through that person. The Lord says that those who abide in me, I abide in them. So the wave is thinking like this. The ocean is saying, if you think of me, if you are abiding in me, you are living for me, you are living in me, I am also living in you. Because that is a foregone truth. It was not recognized by the wave. It's a foregone truth that the Lord is abiding in us. We are not available. We are not thinking. Why? I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to achieve, I have to meditate, I have to realize. And what is the Lord saying? I'm already there with you, man. I'm already there. Inside, outside, everywhere. As much as the space is pervading everything, inside, outside, the Lord is pervading the space. Have no doubt about it. Just having this thought, no, I don't have any doubt, I'm completely convinced. No, there is some error. Because if you are doubt free and you are having, if you say I got 110% conviction, if that is the case, then transformation has to happen. If it is not happening, there is some error somewhere. Ego is still, the doership is still there. The enjoyership is still there. Ego expresses as karta and bhokta. I want to enjoy meditation. This enjoyer has to go. I am doing meditation. This doer has to vanish. Then the consuming experience, consuming abidance, consuming realization that the Lord is functioning through me, that will happen. And it's a thought-free realization. It's not that after that you will say, oh चाचा मेरे को पता चल गया भगवान आ रहे हैं आ गए कुछ नहीं वो सिर्फ कुंडलिनी में होता है. Not like that. It's a thought-free, just like your sleep is a thought-free, blissful state, isn't it? Same way, meditation is a thought-free, blissful experience, but you are aware. I just told you in previous class, it's a thought-free knowingness that you are pervading the whole body. Lord's disposition, thought-free disposition that I am the whole world. Come to that point. Only he can reveal himself to you. Like Dronacharya revealed himself, his abilities to Eklavya. In Upanishads, the thought comes that the wasp, when the pupae is about, pupae, na? The larva. So when it is covered with the silk, it comes out, it becomes a pupae, and when it is now it is getting matured. How does it get matured? The wasp goes, and that baby, which is half jelly and only the front part is the body, senses have come, eyes have come. The wasp goes and sits in front of it, and continuously that pupae, that thing, the baby wasp is looking at its mother, and looking at the mother, it becomes the wasp. So when in your attention there is nothing else other than the divine, all consuming, it has consumed you. You can't think of anything else. Then and then alone, this absorption will happen. And the Lord says that they abide in me, I abide in them, and by being absorbed in me, they become one with me. Therefore I am Uttamam. There is nothing else beyond me. Then here the word that was used was pratyakshaavagamam. What does that pratyakshaavagamam mean? He says that it is directly realizable. It is not if. It is always realizable. You don't know it. Jnaneshwar Maharaj says that agyan is not ignorance. He doesn't use the word. Right now I'm taking in Melbourne the 7th chapter of Amrit Anubhav. It is ignorance is denied. Have you read Amrit Anubhav? The chapter is ignorance is denied. that there is nothing called ignorance. Then what is agyan then? He says it is incomplete knowledge. So you have incomplete knowledge of yourself, therefore you are an individual. Complete your knowledge. Think correctly. Have faith in the divine. And let him help you to think correctly. Or let him orient your mind in the right direction. Yeah, see? कहाँ गया? हाँ. So it is possible to directly realize this divinity. Have no doubt about that. He is trying to inspire you. The more one knows it, the more one comes closer to it, the more his individuality dissolves. The more you come closer to the light, darkness and the fear of darkness dissolves away, isn't it? That is your experience. He is the light of lights. And he is not separate from you because he is expressing through you. So whichever way you take it. So the closer you come to the divine within you, the less there will be question of survival or fear of survival or to secure your existence in this world. See? And once we come to know him, there is a continuous peace. There is a lasting peace. Then the next word that he has used is dharmyam. Dharmyam is, it is virtuous, and all actions, whether all actions that you perform, all actions you perform as an individual in this life for God realization are happening within him only. Can ego exist? Can wave exist apart from the ocean? Can individual exist apart from the total? No. So that individual is expressing as doer and enjoyer. So as doer and enjoyer, can he express apart from the total divinity? Not possible. So whether you know it or you don't know it, you are still that. अभी देखो फिर मजा. Once you have accepted that I am not outside, your again will be, then who is that who is expressing as the doer and enjoyer? You will go back to the source. You will not insist on being the doer and enjoyer. That is the ego. Will doing and enjoying stop? They will not stop. But your attention is on what is the source. Your attention is on the source. Just like blinking is going on, you cannot stop blinking. But your attention is on the vision. Because of that, अरे अब क्या होगा? कुछ नहीं होगा. It keeps blinking. And in this way, all the virtuous actions, all those actions which purify, those actions which take you towards the Lord, they are included in the Lord. They are not happening outside the divinity. No activity can happen outside the divinity because by nature divinity is all pervasive. No universe can exist. So what is universe? This physical universe that you are seeing, can this universe exist outside of space? It's a preposterous proposition, isn't it? It cannot exist. So everything existing in the space. Exactly the same way. No activity include this universe and the space. But is the space affected by the activity in the universe? Is the space affected by the suns in the galaxies banging against each other? Is the space getting sucked into the black hole? Is the space getting burnt because there is fire? Does the space become wet because there is water? Even more so the Lord. But without space, can you have the universe? No. Without space, universe cannot exist. Because space itself has, as if, become the five elements, and the interaction between the five elements is this universe. But space is not affected by any one of them. Neither by appearance of the universe or by the disappearance of the universe. So many galaxies are going out of existence right now. We will come to know in few hundred years, if we are alive. So many galaxies, so many celestial bodies are going out of existence. But space is not affected. So, is your mental space getting affected by what is coming and going? I am suddenly bringing it to you very immediate. So, there is outside space, there is inner space also, the mental space. So, is your mental space getting affected by what is coming and going? What is coming and going? Thoughts are coming and going. Is it affected? You are going wrong the way. You are going wrong way then if you are getting affected. Your data says space does not get affected. So mental space does not get affected by the thoughts that are coming and going. So put your attention on the mental space. Then you will not be affected. Then why do you get affected? That's another question. Because you don't put attention on the space, you put attention on the thoughts. Thoughts affect you. You put attention on the space of the mind, thoughts will not affect you. Is that simple? Yes. But it's very difficult. Think of the Lord. Take His support. Take His support. And in this way, avyayam, the word used there in the verse was avyayam. It is, avyayam means imperishable, that which cannot be destroyed. That is avyayam. And therefore, when His grace falls upon His devotee, the devotee also becomes avyaya. He also becomes imperishable. He becomes imperishable means he does not anymore, after the consummation, becomes subjected to birth, rebirth. No more reincarnation for such a devotee. There you go. So choose wisely. And I already told you about the Kartum Sukham. It is very easy to practice. And how it is easy to practice, he'll tell you afterwards. Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Everything. Either by Patram, leaf, Pushpam, flower, Patram Pushpam Phalam, fruit, Toyam, water, by anything. All of the previous ones are because of water only. So merely water also is enough. You can invoke, you can offer it to Him. See? And the more you offer yourself to Him, the more He will offer Himself to you. And the more this play of who is a better offerer, I'm going to beat my own, not anyone else. I'm going to beat my own performance in sacrificing myself to the Lord. Ravana sacrificed his head, 10 heads, to the Lord Brahmaji. He is the ultimate in the totality. But step below Ishvara. He offered, Brahmaji had to give, he had no choice but to give him the boon. See? Narad Muni, he offered himself to the Narayana, became a great devotee, and then he said, Narayana, what is your Maya? He said, okay, I'll show you that story I told. Then he tells, makes him deluded. He has to offer himself. He will not. If the desire of the devotee is to be consumed by the Lord, Lord will consume him. That Narad Muni, who is fully devoted to the Lord day in and day out, had a desire for a girl. And he said, please give me the form of Hari. Hari means Lord, and Hari means monkey also. So the Lord gave him the face of monkey. And the girl did not put the Varamala around his neck. He became very angry. Came back, cursed the Lord. You gave me a monkey face. That's why Ram Avatar came. Because of that curse. But that Maya can delude. Because he asked the question. Till then he was fine. He was devotee of the Lord. One tangent of thought, even though knowing everything, he said, Lord, I have a question. What? What is your Maya? Lord did not answer. He experienced all this. So don't get lost in this world. If you have to see it as the manifestation of the Lord. Lord is easily attainable because he is everywhere. So you don't have to attain him in the temple. You don't have to go to hard work of climbing 22 kilometers to Kedarnath and then now I got the Lord. You don't have to do japa day in and day out and then realize the Lord. You don't have to do puja. Why? He is everywhere. So you don't have to do anything special. That is when all the funny characteristics start expressing through you. When you do something special to realize the Lord. Lord is saying, I am everything and in everyone and everywhere. So continue wherever you are as you are, but transform your vision. Suspect divinity in everything. Suspect divinity in that grain of sand on which you are going to trample. So be very careful not to hurt that grain of sand. If that animal is coming, suspect divinity in that also. In your child, in your husband, in your wife. You know, in Konkan, in their area, they don't call husband and wife AG, OG, ऐसे नहीं बोलते. ये क्या बोलते हैं? Deva. The wife will call husband Deva in Konkan. And the husband, he will call her Devi. That is how they, in other places, Ri in Kannada, Ri, Henry. I don't know where all, in Telugu, what do you call your husband? No? Shekhar. Shekhar.
Nowadays singular, isn't it?
But that is, it is destroying the families. That aspect is destroying the families. So, whatever so here he is saying that it is very easy. He is for everybody and everybody is his. It's a foregone conclusion. It's a foregone conclusion. Just accept it and start living in his presence, in his remembrance. So your attention is not on what you're doing. Your attention is on him. So then every incident that is coming in your life is his grace. What is not coming is his grace. If difficulties are coming, it's his grace. Then when difficulties are coming, oh, this has happened, no, I'll think of him more. There must be something still, there must be some error in me. That's why to bring out that, to purify me more, he is giving this. See? So, and as so man, without realizing this continuous union with the divinity, forgets and gives importance to the name and form. In other words, man or woman the seeker gives attention to matter. And he starts seeking satisfaction, completion through engagement with matter. If I have a 5-bedroom house, then I am happy. If I have a healthy body, I am happy. If I do pranayam, then I am happy. See, the day I started doing pranayam, my energies are going crazy, man. Oh, I am feeling so full of life. But it's temporary. You stop, it will go. Lord doesn't come, doesn't go. He is always like that. Correct your understanding about Lord. And in this way, those people, again, Gyan Vigyan, those people who are matter oriented and don't recognize that they can never be separated from the divinity. They're forgetting that. And they want completion, they want happiness through matter. Matter means material, objects. Such people are subjected to cycle of birth and rebirth. Those who are subjected to the cycle of birth and rebirth, it's Jnana. Those who commit themselves to Him and see Him and He reveals Himself to them, that is Vijnana. And where is He? Everywhere, every moment. It's only question of you making a decision without telling anyone. It should be your secret journey to yourself, to the Lord. And nothing special has to be done, because the moment you do something special, then disturbances will come. Then the wife will say, how much lectures you will listen? Then you have to listen to that. If some house I go, that lady early in the morning, so somewhere, you know that person, but I will not take the name. And I used to go to their city for talks in Australia, and one day the husband, and she was not interested in the talks. Husband started inviting me to that city. He used to organize in the hall and people used to come, and one day it was Janmashtami. So he said, Swamiji, let's do Janmashtami in my house. I said, yes, karenge. And the wife didn't want to know me. She kept other room she was sitting, and she didn't. But at the puja time she came. और उसके बाद पूजा के बाद थोड़ा सा डांस वांस हो गया, डिस्कोटेक हो गया, नंद के आनंद भयो, जय कन्हैया लाल की, हाथी घोड़ा पाल की, जय कन्हैया लाल की. उस डांस में she converted. And from next day she started coming to Bhagavad Gita classes. And then she became so dedicated to Krishna that she will get up at 4 o'clock, do her puja, go to work. And when she was at work, now she doesn't understand much. She's having the Bhagavad Gita and she says it must be good. So she's reading. I gave her one small booklet. She's reading the Bhagavad Gita. And as she's reading the Bhagavad Gita, other people are saying, what are you doing? She says, I'm reading Bhagavad Gita. And they started taking the mickey out of her. She started, and then one day she called, Swamiji, people are like this. What am I doing wrong? I said, don't worry. They will you keep on your path. It will all change. 6 months did not pass. So her supervisor one day came. She says, what are you reading all the time? Not even now, you are no longer any fun. And she says, no. I said, what did you? She said something. So she got impressed. She says, then after 2-3 days, some more other ladies came. Then they started saying, oh, can you write that, whatever is the message, can you write it on the whiteboard every day in the department? So they started getting interested. But the problem was at home. The husband was not, he introduced me. And one day he called, Swamiji, literally, I think I am going to divorce. I said, Kyun? She doesn't go with me anywhere. She doesn't go for movies. She doesn't want to do anything. She doesn't even sleep with me in the same bed. She's in her own room all the time. Krishna, 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 Krishna. 1 year has gone, 2 years have gone. I said, how much more I have to suffer this? Why am I living in the same house with the same with her when I can't even enjoy her company? I said, थोड़े दिन और ले ले यार. What do you prefer? She wears short skirts and goes with you in discotheques and dances with other men, and then you will be happy. Yeah, you have got a wife who was drinking, who was outgoing, and now she's turned for the better, and you only introduced. And now you are saying that she's not doing. What do you prefer? Suppose I tell her, hey, please do what he's saying, and tomorrow you lose her, then what will you do? Instead of thinking every day, where has my wife gone, why she has not come back? She's at home all the time. She's cooking food for you all the time. She's there to share life with you all the time. Yeah, but she's going through a phase, and that's all. And that person, I will say, भगवान ने उसको अक्ल दे दी, तो कहता है, so then the problem is with me, not with her. I said, you said that, huh? I didn't say that. So I have to change. I said, yes, you have to, if you think you have to change, then you have to change, because she's not doing anything wrong. Then he started joining her when in the morning she will get up. He used to get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock before going to work. He will join the aarti with her. And slowly, now they are still together and very happy together. देखो, तो ये प्रभु का प्रभाव है. You have to go through. Why I give you this answer, this story of this person, that if you look outside to do something, your basic premise is not, you are not coming from that fundamental premise that everything is divine. And if you see matter, then you will want to correct it, you will want to manipulate it, you want to perfect it. But matter can never become perfect. In essence, it is perfect, because the material is nothing but the Lord. But what you are seeing is not a person. You are not seeing the divine. You are seeing the wife, or you are seeing the husband, or you are seeing the house, etc., etc. So here he says that this Raj Guhya Yoga, the Guhatara Guhyatama, the most secretive knowledge, is this Bhakti Yoga. We are not into Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga is the Raja Vidya, and that is Guhyatara, and Guhyatama is the Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga, because it transforms your vision to see the divine everywhere. It is invoking with you to see that Lord is everywhere all the time. You don't have to do anything. Just be. Just bring your attention to it. Just keep suspecting the divinity inside you, outside you, in everyone, in everything. And in this manner, by taking refuge in God, by taking refuge in this divinity, a seeker of the divine, he becomes directly, he experiences the divinity, and the result of that direct experience. Now, what are the symptoms of that direct experience of divinity? The symptoms are, he becomes free from all fears, he becomes free from all sorrows, he becomes free from all worries in life. Why? Sab kuch as the Lord wills, that is happening. But we want to control situations, we want to control the wife, we want to control the children, we want to control the outcome of our efforts. And that leads to anxiety. Majority of the people in COVID died out of anxiety, not because of the disease. Fear. How long are we going to live in fear all our life? Get out of it. find a solution. Here he is giving the solution. Rather than meditation is coming to the self. Here he is saying do bhakti yoga. Expand yourself and see that Lord is everywhere and you will be one with the Lord. That means you will also be, if his nature is all pervasive, you will also, by merging into him, become all pervasive. Where there is all pervasiveness, there is no birth and there is no death. If you think of anything specific, there will be birth and rebirth. If you think of non-specific, that is the divinity, there is no birth and no rebirth. No birth and no rebirth. And in this way, we come to the next verse. When it is, if, oh Lord, if you are saying that it is so easy to practice and it is the most secret science, why do people not follow it? That's us. Why do people don't follow it? The answer comes, ashraddhadhana purushaha, ashraddhadhana purushaha, dharmasyasya parantapa, dharmasyasya parantapa, aprapya mam nivartante, aprapya mam nivartante, mrityu samsara vartmani, mrityu samsara vartmani. We'll just, time ho gaya na? हाँ. We'll just read the meaning. People devoid of faith in this dharma fail to reach me, O oppressor of the foes, and they whirl in the path of the world of death. That is, they remain caught up in the recurring cycle of births and death because they don't have faith in me. They don't have faith in the all-pervasive Lord or the divinity. They have faith in the specific objects. They have faith in the matter. They have faith in their own ability. If I do it, I am a self-made man. Don't mess with me. I built this portfolio. What share portfolio? A lot of you are working for the software for share companies. I built this share portfolio. I built this portfolio of so many properties and so many children and so many travels and so many this. सब कुछ एक मिनट में खत्म हो सकता है. There was one in Melbourne. He was only 44-year-old. His name was Crazy John. He was in those days, I'm talking about in mid-90s, late 90s. He was a mobile तब आ गया था 90s में कि 2000 में होगा. So it had just come. So he had many stores all across Australia. Very successful, young family, 44, 46 years old and fit, no problems, health is fantastic, children are good, wife is good, business is going well. And every morning, like me and Shekhar go for, and him, we go for walk. He used to go for jog. And one day, suddenly in the news we saw that he went jogging and he fell down. Over. We believe that it will not happen to us. Is there any guarantee that it will not happen to us? But before it happens due to some disease, due to some mishap, due to some accident, due to Alzheimer. You forget who you are. फिर तो कुछ कर भी नहीं सकते. Something will always happen. We are only expecting that it should not happen to us. Sort your life. Sort your life. Have faith. Not in the specific, in the non-specific. Not in the matter, but in the divinity. Sort yourself right now. It will not go to waste. Nobody is saying you have to give up the world and become a monk. See, after becoming monk, you realize that nothing needed to change. Because we studied the Gita. Before I had not studied. This was in the process of knowing the self. Now that self has to expand to include the whole creation. So in that process, study of scripture is required. But when you study the scripture, यार कुछ change करने की जरूरत ही नहीं थी. Because there are so many grahasthas who are sannyasis. There are so many grahasthas who are realized. You may not have come across. We have. So many. India is full of them. But they are living a nondescript life. Very simple. More ordinary than ordinary people. Keep going about their jobs, doing their duties, living with their wife and children, going to work, but completely abiding in the self. It's possible. So we'll talk about this in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Just sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om.